Hello everyone and welcome again in this IBM session, and in this session we are going to discuss about the IFS in IBM. What we mean by the IFS, let's see. In the content we'll see what is an IFS, command to access the root file system, and the different we'll see what are the different file systems, right? So this is something about that. So what is IFS? IFS is something, the integrated file system should be called the integrated file system because the IFS is not the one file system but a collection of file systems. The IFS include the library-based system of strongly typed objects and the folder system as well as other file systems. Right? So in basically in IBM, right, when you want to access like the Windows, you have the directory, you have the folders. So in IBM 2 we have such things, right? So those such things are in the root directory. So in the root directory we have different file systems, right? So we have the QSYS.LIB, we have uh, we have QOpen, something like that for the Unix, right? And then we have QDLS for the work folders, right? So we have something those file systems, right? The primary file system, the is it talking about the root, the one that predominates over others is known as the root file system. It is similar to the file system on the Windows-based PC. There's a main directory similar to a PC hard drive root directory, and within this root directory you may define other directories of files. On a PC, each subdirectory adheres to the same rules of the root directory. In the IFS, on the other hand, each file system under the root adheres to its own rules, right? So basically, no, this line is important. I will let you know why. Right. So this is something we are talking about the IFS, the root file system, right? And there's a command worklink is the command through which we can access this file system, right? So we'll see that. Okay. And different file system is we have QDLS. QDLS is the folder file system, and there's a command is FLR, right? We have QSYS.LIB. This is something the same as work object, and we can see the work object library. So we have something like that. This the same object you would see if you view the Swiss library, QSYS library from the work with object and work with object using work object PDM panels, right? So we have QOpenSys. This is for the unique file system. As such, it has a case sensitive. So we are saying that, okay, this is case sensitive, right? So that every file system behaves its own behavior, right? So that's the main thing, right? So that's why the third line related to this, or this is something a case sensitive, right? So, for example, in any program, if you see the IBM, when you see, so for if you say ABC, so if small ABC and ABC will be the same for the Q6, but for the QOpen it might be different because they are two different. Is a case sensitive, right? So, so there's a home directory is used as a current directory where you sign on the system, and the home. This is something talking about the root, and then you have something about the home directory which is defined on your work user profile. I will let you know where it is defined, right? So let's discuss those in the green screen, right? So okay, I think my okay, I have to go here. Okay, this is off. Close to close it. Okay, again. Okay, let's open it. It's not opening. It's saying that okay, my now uninstalled and our trial version is going to finish. Okay, so don't worry about that. So you can open this. So IGEN THARV17, right? Okay. So we are here, right? And now we see work. Click. So this is basically the command. Now you see that when I press work link, the root directory is not coming. The root directory is slash only, but it's coming this one. Why it is coming, I will let you know, right? So let's see work user PRF, right? And we have did F4 and then do IGEN, right? So this is something the profile, and this is something very important, right? There are many things, right? So If you say that I have discussed in the last session, there's my current library which by default set IIG1, right? So this is no, there are something you, and this is done by the administrator. Even I don't have the authority for it, right? So who has created my profile? So this is something the home directory, right? So this is what I was saying about, right? So this is also done by the admin. So let's see work link, right? So okay, for example, I do F3, but now I want to do F9. This is something, and then do F4. Now I do slash. So now it's coming work, and now if I do 5, you will see all of them. So here you will see what? You will see the different file systems like the QDLS, right? But I don't have the authority here, so I cannot go here. But this is something, related to folders, uh, and this is something what I'm talking about now. Which one? The QSYS.LIB. This is something the same as the OS400 something. So when you do 5, right? So let's see what to do. Taking time. I do 5 here again. Might be the system is slow. Taking time, but it will come right. Yeah. So now I want to see, this is something, no, this is something, no, whole libraries are coming. Now I want to search my, so you do shift F5, or function F5, no, shift 5, so that is 17 option. So if not working, you can go with here. So now you search my ISN1, right, so give the right name. So let's see my library is coming or not. Our system is quite slow, I think, and it's taking time. So you can see these are my libraries, right? So these are two IGN for the backup they have created, and they have created the current libraries, and this is the library, right? So these are libraries. And I want to see again what is in 5. So you can see, right? So these are, the objects. You can see the type. What is the type here, right? So different objects are coming, right? So do F12 and do F12, right? Okay, so this is, so you can see different file systems. This is something like the Unix for noise. You can see here, and this is for QDLS. Now you want to go to my, for example, the home, which is default. So let's see the home one. So this is home, right? Okay, and then you see in this home is coming a lot because there are many other people who are working. So you can do again find option, right? And when you do find, it will come and you can search or my user profile. So it will come, and okay, not coming. Let's see why. So again search JIN. It should come, right? So this is taking quite time. So now you can see here, right? And if I do F5, so here you can see some, I have created some, these are coming, so you don't think about that. These are, I think there's some setup or issue. This is not related to my work. This is something related to my work. So what I have did, I have just created some PDF, PDF file, some QRPGLE, right? So see directory. These are directories, right? In this directory there would be something, right? So let's see what it is in this. Right, so there is something RPG program, and you see the type is string file. So any object what is saved in the IFS is has have the type string file, right? So there are directories any type. For example, RPGLE. This is if you want to see the code even. So you can do 5 and you can see the code even. Yeah. So you can see the code. So the source, you can see the browse source is the home, Ishan, RPGLE, and Q. This one. So this is something what you see here, right? So you just come out here to F3. So basically, this is what, the basic overview of an IFS, right? Let's see what again, what is there more that I can discuss. So this is what, I have just discussed. Work folder I don't have, no access, have not given to me. So that's the problem. So work folder, if I do even, so it's not giving an error. So I'm not enrolled, no. So or I tried, but if I got an authority, then I will do that, right? So and this was something a basic overview of IFS, because in the next session we will see that how we create a stream file and how we move those to the, for example, the CL or RPGLE source in these IFS, and then compile those IFS. So this is, I want to give an overview of that, and the second session is going to be very, very interesting for you all. So so I request you also see the next session very importantly, so you will get to know how we do. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe the channel if you like it. Thank you. Bye.